Hey guys, how are you all doing? So Dan from Trading with Dan here. This is our evening Bitcoin wrap up. So yeah, straight over to the charts. So if you watch this morning's video, it's pretty much played out exactly how I expected, exactly how I said in the video. I drew on the falling wedge, and then I basically said if we take out this 9,000 area, we're pretty much gonna pump straight up to 9,200, and then obviously I said it was pretty I was pretty certain that's what was going to happen before we even had this first move up this morning. But yeah, it was looking good. And yeah, we got there, and I basically said, so if we'll probably get up there, and then if we can just sort of bump underneath the resistance, and then hopefully then break through and hold over there, then we can play out the larger range. And yeah, that is what I think is the likely scenario. Obviously a move straight to this range and straight through to the next one isn't the most likely scenario, but I do think basically bear flagging it out here, bull flagging it out here. Anybody that wants to sell can take their profits early or whatever, they go short, and then we'll eventually make the move back up to the next level. So yeah, that's what I'm kind of looking at. I did think, yeah, this first level was pretty much what was going to happen as soon as we break through 9,100, and this next level I think we're going to probably consolidate a bit here, maybe even move down a bit for like a wick, or maybe on a higher time frame, maybe a 4-hour candle, a wick down, and then yeah, we'll break through, and then we'll probably play this range out a little bit longer than obviously this move up here. But I am expecting, now that we we sort of confirmed this low here, these lows around this 8,600, now that we're back up at the top of this range, I am sort of thinking that we are pretty much, I would say, around the 9,800 over the next week or so, is basically a minimum I'm looking for. Obviously 9,800 could very easily be a lower high, so that is where that's where my that's just as far ahead as my crystal ball can see. But yeah, it's not, I don't have a crystal ball really, but yeah, that's what I think is the most likely. That's what I feel like I can realistically predict going forwards, is 9,800, this area, and then it will be a case of, can we break through and will we go higher, or will we get rejected with a lower high and then come back and then basically make a, well, it wouldn't necessarily have to be a lower low. What we could have forming is actually an ascending triangle of sorts. That's what we could have forming, so we could get ourselves up to here, and then sort of get rejected, maybe base around, well, even back to the mid 9,500s, maybe even here, but with a few wicks lower, and then yeah, then make our way back and break through. But yeah, so far as the next week or so, the next movements, I do think the most likely movements are, we're going to play out this range a little bit, break through, play out these 9,800, and then it's crunch time. Basically, it's crunch time, guys. One thing that I am looking at, I'm pretty sure this is right. Sorry, let me just get rid of this. Get onto the right chart here. Weekly. Oh, come on. What are we doing? Why is it doing this? Bear with me, guys. Bear with me. Weekly. What I wanted to show you guys is this what we've got going on here on the TD sequential. Is a weekly 9 potentially coming up. We've got a this is 4 candles back, so we've got to basically close higher. Well, we've actually got to close higher than the next candle, the 9 candle. We've just got to be higher than this candle here, and then this will print a red 9, which then could turn into a green. Sorry, red 1. So a green 9 that could turn into a red 1. But anyway, what I'm saying is that we are basically going to have a weekly 9, which will be pretty powerful for the price of pretty powerful in potentially reversing the price of Bitcoin. So yeah, it's not something to be messed with, these TD sequential 9s, and especially not on the higher time frames like a weekly. So that sort of does make me lean to the side. I know I'm making a lot of assumptions, a lot of predictions of this, if this sort of thing, but so bearing this in mind, what I'm looking at is then we potentially over the next week we get up to here, and then I just can't see us blasting through the weekly 9. I mean, I hope we will. but it's just, in my experience, that's a formidable basically a formidable an achievement to try and break through that. So it's a formidable task. It will be an achievement if we can break through that. So yeah, so what I'm seeing is, yeah, up to 9,800. We can always blow through it. Doesn't matter about the TD9. But we also will have, obviously, the overhead resistance coming down, which we can see around here. I mean, remember, I always say take with this with a little pinch of salt where this level is. It could be higher, it could be lower. It's just, this is how I've drawn it on. The actual level ultimately matters, and plus we can wick through it on like smaller time frames anyway. But we're coming up with macro resistance on a weekly 9. Yeah, so that just, I mean, yeah, that just is not the it's not the scenario you'd want to break through the resistance. But hey, like I said, we can get up there. We can get up to here. We can have a few weeks of weakness, even maybe a week of weakness, a couple of weeks maybe, based off that TD9, and then we can then basically get back up here and form basically an ascending triangle, and it'll be as clear as day at that point if that happens. And then I mean I think everybody is going to be going to jump on the buy trade as soon as we get above, well, basically above 10,100, 10,200 then. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing here. So yeah, range and stop. So trades today, let me tell you what I did today. So obviously I was eyeing up this falling wedge. I know the large time frame was a sell, but you can see we've not moved much. We've not moved too much, and we just flipped between buy and sell, and obviously back to a buy. So I actually took the buy, basically here, just because I was sort of playing the pattern, the falling wedge, and then also I did show you the stochastics and stuff on the lower time frames this morning, and it was looking to me like we were basically going to break up. So yeah, there we go, had the break up, and then up and up and up and away. So yeah, that's great. And then yeah, and obviously I took the trade off basically at the top of here. I had orders in, to be honest. I had orders in at 9,200, and after we wicked down from it, I then put the orders in at 9,200 because 9,200 is the resistance, as you know, and also 9,200 is basically the top of the range and stop. So that is where you take profits, and I actually think this was where I actually took the profit because I didn't have the orders in for here at that point in time. So yeah, great trade. And then also we did have another buy here, but I mean, I'm not in a rush to jump into another trade at the moment, and I have to leave it on overnight. But yeah, it is looking good here. It is looking good. We go back to our levels. It is looking good here. Sorry, that's the weekly chart. I mean, it is looking good for a move up to basically 9,800. Get this daily triangle, get this daily chart out so we can see how nice this candle is looking. So yeah, the indecision candle, yeah, I did say as well on the daily that we had this indecision candle. So when we take out the top of this, which I did say, I had said again this morning, basically was the same level. It was basically the 9,000 level, was yesterday's high. Take out the top of that of the indecision candle, and then we're off to the races. And this is exactly what happened. So yeah, I mean, you guys trust me. It's what I said in this morning's video. A lot of you guys have listened to it anyway, so feel free to give that a check. But yeah, so daily, we're back above the 21. So we were talking about how important the 21 was on the daily. And also, we look like we could be going to get back over this 50. So if we get over this 200 resistance and this 50 period moving average, that is obviously going to turn the 21 back up. Well, if we obviously the higher above we trade in the 50, the quicker the 21 will get making its way back up again, and then we'll have like full consensus of moving averages on this daily, or with the 250 then 21, or all sloping upwards and all in the correct order. Obviously, when that happens. So yeah, I mean, that will be pretty bullish. That will mean we can get up to 9,800, maybe have a bit of a retrace, but obviously supported by just the bullish trend, and then yeah, we'll take out the top of that ascending triangle. So fingers crossed that is basically what happens. So yeah, so remember, smash the likes, guys. Hit those likes. I won't keep you any longer on the video. I apologise for some of my videos where I just kind of start talking, and then next thing we know it's 25 minutes long. But remember, I get the analysis out straight away. So you feel free to just, when you're done, just stop. You don't have to listen to the end. But yeah, if you have listened to the end, I really appreciate that. And yeah, definitely please hit the likes if you can do. That would be much appreciated. And yeah, I'll speak to you guys in, oh yeah, not financial advice, not a financial advisor. And I will speak to you guys in the morning.